Σήμερα η καλημέρα μας θα είναι πιο ροκ από άλλες φορές, καθώς μαζί μας στο στούντιο βρίσκεται ο Κωνσταντίνος Μαρούλης. Έγινε γνωστός στο αμερικάνικο κοινό από το American Idol. Στη συνέχεια ξεκίνησε καριέρα τραγουδιστή και ηθοποιού. Έχει στενές σχέσεις με την ελληνική κοινότητα και έχει τιμηθεί από το Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund's Humanitarian Award. Constantine Maroulis became a household name after his participation on the fourth season of American Idol and then took Broadway by storm in the cult hit Rock of Ages. Since then, his stars continue to rise, and he recently starred in the Broadway revival of Jekyll and Hyde. Kalimera, Constantine.
Kalimera.
Did you understand anything I said from the Greek part?
Yes.
All right, give me 5. He speaks Greek?
A little bit, yeah, I understand it quite well. Do you know, I grew up so Americanized here in New York. My parents were both born here in Brooklyn. Actually, we're not in Brooklyn, but close
in
enough.
New York, but Brooklyn.
Yeah, so, but I grew up very traditional. I just didn't speak as much Greek around the house, so it didn't, you know.
Tell me about your family. Your mom and dad, are they first generation, and your grandparents were here first?
Yes, my grandparents came here quite a long time ago, you know, in the teens.
Teens, wow.
Yeah, man.
They met here in Brooklyn? I mean, in Brooklyn, in New York?
No, I think they came over. They came over together.
Married?
Yeah, I think so.
In their teens.
No, well, in the 19 teens.
Oh, 19s, not their teens.
In the 19s.
1900s.
Yeah, and you know, my parents were born in the early 1930s, you know, so they've been around a long time.
Wow. And so, where are your grandparents from?
My mother's side is from Yanina.
Yeah, that's where we're from.
Yeah, Yanina.
My dad.
And my father's side is from like all over Ithaki.
All over Ithaki. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. Ithaki is absolutely gorgeous. So do you travel to Greece?
Sometimes I do. You know, with this sort of Broadway work schedule, there's not much room for much else in your life. But I enjoy it. And I look like I'm on vacation.
We
today.
love it, yes. And you should be on vacation. He works a lot.
I came in full
double
pool attire.
Shows and...
Yeah, we love it though. You know, I love it, and I rely on my Greek work ethic to get me through, and I do very much enjoy the schedule and the grind.
Well, the Greek Americans love you. Of course, everybody loves you, and the Greeks also love you.
Good.
And we want them to learn everything about you.
All right, bring it on.
So you studied in the Boston Conservatory of Music.
I did. You know, I grew up
you play guitar and music?
Yeah, I grew up loving Broadway and loving rock and roll, and I was involved in all the shows when I was a kid, you know.
You had a band?
School plays, I had a band. We played, you know, cover songs, and I built up my confidence and all of that. And then I started, you know, auditioning in New York City. Then around like 22 or so, I had done some good shows, good jobs. But I felt like I needed to take the next step and go into a formal training program and really hone my skills as an artist. And so I got out of New York and I went to Boston, a prestigious and really challenging program at the Boston Conservatory. It was a BFA in acting, actually musical theater. You know, I got to work with some of the best, and I feel like it really helped me grow as a man and as an artist. But in and around Boston, there's a great scene there, great Greek community. Also, Berklee College of Music is there, so I got to jam with all kinds of amazing talents. And when I came back to New York, I felt very ready to take it on, you know. And
you were definitely ready.
Yeah, so...
You're an amazing artist. I mean,
well, thank you.
You're
I'm
talented
working on it.
all the way around, musician and actor and singer. What instrument do you play? What's your best instrument?
I grew up playing trumpet.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not much of a guitar player, piano player type, but I can dweedle a little bit and manage to sort of, you know, put together some little things for writing and all. And for me, because I don't know, I guess I'm sort of remedial with my skills with that. I think it helps me to sort of to write better. Like I always like the songs from guys like, you know, Kurt Cobain, who probably wasn't the most gifted of guitar players as a musician, but there was something about like when he picked up the guitar, he saw it so basically, and he could just write these sort of basic and really cool melodic songs. And I've always kind of thought of myself you know, as someone that was inspired by that, you know, kind of way of songwriting. But I still haven't figured it out yet, so.
Well, you sing a lot of different types of music. What type of music do you like to relax to? What type of music do you like to wake up to? Tell us a little bit about what you like.
Wow, you know, I think a lot of my fans know I love sports, you know. I love.
Are you a Knicks fan?
I'm
You better say Knicks. You're in New York.
Well, I'm a Yankees fan.
Okay,
I'm a
good.
big Yankees and big New York Giants fan, football, and I love basketball. And but I've never really been hardcore about the Knicks or the Nets. So, but you know, so a lot of my downtime, I like to enjoy sports and traveling, you know, and going for a ride, and you know, going down the shore and things like that, and you know, in those sort of brief moments of off time and stuff. But music I like, you know, there's some great stuff out there that's current. I went to the Songwriters Hall of Fame last week. Last year I performed with Meatloaf, and
wow.
everyone was there. Bob Seger, you know, it was just, it was amazing.
Experience.
Amazing experience. And this year was the biggest one they've ever had. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry were inducted. They performed. Nickelback performed. Elton John was there with Bernie Taupin, his writing partner. They were sitting right next to me. Sting inducted them. There was only 500 people there, and all of us. And the original Foreigner lineup got up there. So that, like, that stuff for me, you know, that era of rock is just, that's the best. You know, classic 70s rock for me is.
That's my era too.
Love
what do
it.
you think about the singer from Foreigner?
Well, the original singer of Foreigner is one of the best. Well, the guy who's touring with them now.
Isn't he phenomenal?
He can sing. I mean, he's amazing. But I'll tell you what, Lou Gramm, the original, still wails. He was like, Jukebox Heroes, wailing up there. I mean, he doesn't look the same anymore. But the guy that they tour with now is very good. But it's weird. There's like no Mick Jones. There's no, you know, Lou Gramm.
The music is still alive.
But it's the music,
that's what I'm saying. It's alive. That music is never gonna die.
That's
Not
right.
because I'm a rock fan. Now look what I'm wearing.
Look at you. That's a classic.
I bought this when I went over to interview him years ago, and I saw his show 3 times. Whoever has not seen Rock of Ages, you are missing out. Especially in, I mean, I'm a 90s girl, so 80s and 90s girl, but that rock era.
That was from, I think you originally saw us off Broadway.
Yeah.
Originally at the New World stages.
That's right.
And then the show became this like phenomenon, and we moved right to Broadway, and
it's like
it
being in a concert. We wanted to get up and sing and dance. They were like, please sit down, please sit down. We wanted to just stand up.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and to make something like that, this sort of what sounds like almost like a stoner idea, to have it become this amazing artistic achievement, and to be a part of it from the beginning, get the Tony nomination, huge.
So Broadway and cinema, film is very different. Tell us about your experience with that.
Well, you know, I don't do a lot of film. I'd like to be able to be a part of it more. I was involved with the Rock of Ages movie, which was insane. I mean, to see, you know, this little baby that you
started with.
You know, yeah, and to see it explode so big in such a short amount of time with Tom Cruise and everybody. Now, I don't know if they made the movie that everyone wanted.
I love the show. I like the Broadway show better.
Well, it's a different thing.
But I love Tom Cruise. So when you see Tom Cruise rock out like that, his body, just the way he sang, was that his voice? People don't really know.
Yeah, it was. It was his voice. I mean, he's definitely got a voice in there, and you know they helped him out a little bit.
That's amazing.
They helped him out.
What film does.
Well, film and everything else.
Everything else.
A lot of tricks.
But also, with your personal life, you have a gorgeous little baby girl.
I do. She's 2.5. Milena is her name. And she is wonderful. She's a little Greek baby.
Oh, it's so
cute. You know, she's not 100% Greek, but she's
got the Greek DNA. That's all that counts.
She does. She's very much Marouli.
And your parents are happy, and your family, and they have a...
My parents have been married over 50 years.
Oh, God bless them.
Yeah, that's
a great example. Beautiful.
They've been married over 50 years. They live nearby in New Jersey. I see them all the time, and I'll be out there a little bit over the weekend with the baby. It's nice to leave the city and hang out in the yard and all of that, and she loves it too. I think it's good for her to get out there and, you know, see her parents.
Well, life has changed.
Yaya and Papu.
Yeah, Yaya and Papu. Life has changed for the better. It's getting better and better.
Working hard. I got a new project coming up that will...
Tell us about it.
Well, you know, I think I've been so lucky with my experiences on Broadway and these opportunities to create new roles that I want to step on the other side as well and help produce, you know, new works. So there's a couple of new titles in the works that I'm excited about. But, you know, I won't bore you with the details yet.
No, we want to hear it. We want to hear it.
Well, there is one piece that I've been working on for a while now. It's called The Toxic Avenger. And it's a superhero comic book musical based on the same title comic book from the 80s and the Saturday morning cartoon, but of course originally based on the Lloyd Kaufman cult
very
horror flick by the same title, The Toxic Avenger. It's got this sort of dark, you know, comedy edge to it. It's, you know, but it's a lot of fun. David Bryan from Bon Jovi wrote it with Joe DiPietro. They won the Tony for Best Musical for Memphis. They wrote Memphis, and so it's like a rock, you know, superhero, fun, satirical, crazy piece, and you know, it's a comedy, but we're excited about it, and you know, we're hoping to bring that to Broadway potentially this year, you know, so it's exciting.
We're going to look forward to that, and Constantine is an example to us all, especially the Greek American kids watching. He went to college, he continued his studies, he became a superstar, and we are very happy that you represent Greece.
That's right.
And what part of Greece is your favorite part when you travel?
Well, I mean, how can you deny, you know?
Don't tell me Mykonos too.
how can you deny Mykonos, you know?
But you're not a club guy. You're a club guy, or do you like to go rock out?
I do. You know, I grew up in the nightlife in New York, you know, going all the time. So I can fall back into that quite easily and have a good time, you know, just, but I'll tell you, it wears you out, you know, but it's beautiful, you know, Psaru and Paraga Beach, right? That was a good time, you know. And it's nice when, you know, there's a couple of weeks in August, a lot of New Yorkers are there too, so you see a lot of your Paraga.
Probably a lot of your friends, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of Greek American friends, or just a mixed group?
I do. They're a little separate, you know, from like my normal set.
Like to separate us.
Separate these guys.
Because the Greek American thing is just for the Greek Americans, the humor, the whole.
It's hard for them to understand a lot of, like, you know,
the GA thing.
Yeah.
Well, Constantine, thank you for coming to Kalimera USA. We want you to leave our viewers with a message.
All right. Well, where are we? Is that me? Hey. Hi. Okay. Well, let's take.
Oh, I love that. He's rocking out, hair's down.
And
I was going to ask you to do that, but I wasn't sure.
Well, I didn't even shower this morning, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. What message is there other than, you know, just love each other? You know, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in Greece right now, and you know, but just know that everyone here is thinking of everyone there, and we know as Greek people that we'll pull through these times of turmoil and all of that, and that it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and you know. Sure, I'll come this summer and I'll light some euros on fire and I'll help the economy as best as I can.
I'm holding you to that.
My part.
I am holding you to that.
That's fine with me.
Constantine Maroulis, ladies and gentlemen.
Tour guide right here.
We're going to take him to Greece. We're going to show him more places because there are a lot more places than Mykonos.
I know that.
We're going to take you where your parents are born, where your grandparents are born, and watch out for Constantine Maroulis. Look him up and read up about what he's doing and follow him.
That's right. Follow. Follow.
Τώρα η ομορφιά δεν απαιτεί θυσίες. Στο The Face Body Shop θα αποκτήσετε την ομορφιά και τη λάμψη που αξίζετε. Χρησιμοποιούμε μόνο βιολογικά προϊόντα στις βαφές μαλλιών, την αποτρίχωση και τον καθαρισμό προσώπου. Μοναδικά αποτελέσματα στη θεραπεία κυταρίτιδας και λέιζερ. The Face Body Shop. Εμπιστευτείτε μας σήμερα κιόλας. Διεύθυνση 4021 23 Avenue, Αστόρια και τηλέφωνο 718 204 9390. Αναλαμβάνουμε την περιποίηση για τις μικρές πριγκίπισσες στα παιδικά πάρτι.
Ώρα λοιπόν να δούμε λίγο μόδα. Και θα ήταν καλύτερα να την δούμε μέσα από τα μάτια και τα σχέδια μιας πολύ γνωστής και όμορφης fashion designer. Φίλες και φίλοι, καλωσορίζουμε την Dani Djokic. Today, famous Greek fashion designer and founder of Pomme Noire, Dani Djokic is with us here to talk about the latest trends and about her spectacular designs. Dani's collections have an international flavor and are all made with the finest textiles. Dani, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You are not only gorgeous and smart, another gorgeous and smart Greek girl. You are Greek and Serbian, if I'm not mistaken.
Greek, French, and Serbian.
Oh, Greek, French, and Serbian. Yeah. Fantastic. And you've had a great career behind you, I mean, already, and you're so young. I know you've studied. Tell us a little bit about your fashion career so far.
Okay, well, I've always been into fashion. When I was in high school, I went to a boarding school, and so I had the opportunity to do an independent study, and I did two. One was in biotechnology, and the other one was in fashion design. And I asked some of my friends to model, and one of my friends who was a DJ, and I just threw a fashion show as kind of my finals. That's when it first kind of started. And after that, I went to India, and things kind of took on from there. I did go to college in between.
Okay, that's wonderful. I mean, you're very talented, and we've seen a lot of your work, and we're seeing some of your wonderful things on air right now as we speak. Tell me what inspires you, and who did you like as a fashion designer?
You know what? I look at other designers and I see their technical capabilities or their ability to think out of the box, and I admire that, but there's not one particular designer that I really would say I want to be just like that person. I would say that I take more, bits and pieces from what other people have done and then hone in on this person's really good at bustiers, this person's really good at, finishes, and that inspires me, I guess, to get better. But creatively, my process is completely different.
You have your own vision.
I do, yeah.
I happen to have spoken to her many times. She's amazing. Tell me about Pomme Noire.
So Pomme Noire is a company that I started a couple years ago. After I graduated from college, I went to India to help the TED conference kind of launch an artist tent, and I was one of the 4 representative designers there. It was fantastic, crazy, because I had to produce a collection of 200 in 2 weeks. So I was working around the clock, with my tailor, sleeping on the floor. It was just crazy.
Good experience.
It was great. It was great. I loved it, and I would probably do it again. And so then after that really took off, and I was able to sell some of my stuff to a boutique in Beverly Hills, I decided to start a company. And then from there, I went to Athens and lived there for a bit and worked with Ginestra and producing, jackets particularly for their clientele. And then I came back here into Manhattan.
And you're based in Manhattan now?
I am, yeah.
Describe your designs and who the people are who wear them in 3 words.
Confident, aggressive, definitely have to be a little bit aggressive, and very kind.
And very kind, just like you. And this is Dani Djokic. We will see more of her. And where can we find your designs? And where can somebody look you up online?
Well, online through my website, even though it's under construction, and in Athens, because right now my stuff in Beverly Hills is sold out. So right now I'm only in Athens and Ginestra. They have like 15 different locations. So.
That's wonderful. So when you're in Athens, guys, check out Pomme Noire. This is Dani's designs, and we're going to see a lot of her. She's a rising star in the fashion industry, and we're very happy to have her here on our show.
Thank
you for being with us.
Thanks.
People don't realize what an important part coffee is in our lives, and we've come to Stefano Domatiotis to find out how to make a good cup of coffee. Stefano is a world-renowned barista, and he's going to show us how to wake up to the right procedures of making a perfect coffee. Stefano, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Hi, it's very important what you said before. It is the beans and
so that's what makes a good coffee. It's choice of beans and then?
Yes, where it's come from and the level of roasting. If you have a dark roast coffee beans, you have more bitterness and less acidity. So here I roast the coffee very light.
So you roast the coffee?
Yes, in Brooklyn.
Oh, in Brooklyn.
So it's very
wait, tell us,
important.
where do you buy your beans from?
That beans is come from Guatemala. I have a 2 Central and Santo Dominico, and I've been inside in the blend with the coffee beans from Ethiopia, Girgachi, from microregion Jedeo.
So where does the best coffee come from?
It depends what do you prefer. You know, every year is different crop. It's like a wine. So
coffee is like wine. A lot of people don't realize that.
yes, but
It doesn't taste like it, but it's...
it's the difference for wine and for the coffee.
Can I do this? Can I eat? I see a lot of people eating.
Yes, when it's been fresh, you have to eat it, but only for the first week.
So you said something about acidity. Does acidity mean that it bothers our stomach, or?
Yes, actually, some people it has a problem for acidity, but if you are aggressive, you know, if you have a very light coffee roasting, maybe you have a problem. But actually, never if you drink coffee, you have a problem for a stomach. Only if the barista is not
Is that as good as him?
No. Actually, it's very important. It's like a cooking. So, and for that, all this community about the championship, about the knowledge for the barista, and how to clean the machine. The machine is the most important things for the stomach. Actually, and normally, if you feel how to say, if you
acid?
feel acid in your stomach, it comes from machine. So because the oils.
Oh, I'm going back to a couple of coffee houses.
Yes, and the oils is kept there, so it's coming in the cup, and you have a problem.
So let's talk about that for a second. First of all, coffee isn't supposed to bother your stomach, right?
No.
It's supposed to
wake up the place of the mind is called second. So you are more faster.
alert.
Yes.
That's why we need a cup of coffee a day,
Yes.
right?
So you need the good caffeine.
The good caffeine. Okay.
So the filter coffee
So
is
let's get to the second part. You said the best coffee beans come from different areas of the world. So for example, what's the best bean for espresso? Where does it come from?
Actually, this year it's come from El Salvador. It's very good. Colombia is very good this year. This crop, every crop is changed.
Every year.
Yes, it's changed every year. It's exactly like a wine and all this
So
stuff.
does it take a long time for the bean to age so it can, I don't know, how do you make wine that takes the longer?
Actually, I have a specialty coffee. The specialty coffee is the highest quality beans. So after for cupping, for tasting cupping and tasting things, it's take like a point, and then it's take the ID.
Okay.
So
where does the best filtered coffee come from?
Well, for me, for my opinion, I like a floral coffee. So yes, I prefer floral coffee. So I prefer the coffee from Panama, from Ethiopia.
So Panama, Ethiopia for filtered, and
for
Latin America for espresso.
Yes,
and
I
cappuccino?
prefer.
Cappuccino is espresso with milk,
Yes,
no?
but it's very important, the espresso, the cappuccino. Sometimes the people think is, you know, if you drink cappuccino, you don't understand nothing about the coffee.
I agree.
Yes, no, that is not true.
Oh, not
really?
true.
Yes, because all the pastry and sweet, it has a milk inside. So the milk is very good canvas to
bring out the coffee.
Yes, to bring all the taste. Yes. So you need a little bit crema for
all the
mouth.
things we're learning today. Okay, now something else. Tell me about instant coffee. People say that instant coffee is very unhealthy for your stomach and it makes you very nervous. Is that true?
Yes, that is true, and you know why? Because I come from Greece, so
we drink a lot of instant coffee.
Yes, in frappe, but the last 5 years it's changed a lot. So it's make a freddo. The freddo is the new cold drink.
The freddo. So is that cold cappuccino?
Yes, it's like a frappe, but
the iced coffee of Europe.
Yes, it's much better because you have a better balance in your mouth. So for me, it's the best solution if you want something nice, refreshing for the summertime.
All right, let's make a good cup of coffee, guys. Let's see how it's done.
Okay, Freddo.
You're the boss. Whatever is
Okay, I make one.
You're gonna make all three for me, and I'm gonna do the cupping.
Okay, so it's very important for any espresso base to have a clean portafilter. So I take always double dose of espresso.
Double dose of espresso.
Always.
Duo.
Yes, doppio.
Doppio.
Yes, for the
Non parla
Italian.
italiano.
Okay, so
Stretto. What is a stretto?
stretto is mean less water inside the milk, so you have more.
More taste.
Yes. So I take this one.
There's so many different kinds of coffee today. I'm kind of like you walk into a coffee place and you're embarrassed to go up to the line because there's all these different kinds of coffees. I don't know how to order coffee anymore.
Yes, but it's very simple. Actually, it's you know, if you like a coffee.
I'm your assistant. Don't worry, I got it.
Thank you. So I make more tips if you want me in assistance. You say hello.
Best barista in town, come in.
So you take the normal espresso. If you want
Fresh grinded,
fresh grind coffee, fresh roasting coffee is very important.
So now we need to, in order to make a good cup of coffee, you're saying that we need to buy this kind of a machine.
This is one of the best machines because you have a temperature control, you have completing more parameters. Yes. So you know many things.
And then you want to also buy a fresh grinder.
Fresh grinder, yes. But give me 1 minute. I put the ice inside.
It's getting complicated. We need to buy 20 machines. So I think we should just come here every day.
It's very easy.
Look at that.
So you put ice in the cup, in the glass.
Espresso.
Double dose of espresso.
Double dose.
If you need sugar, you have to put sugar before to put the ice.
So before the ice, we put sugar.
Yes.
Okay. Are you writing this down?
And this is the low-fat milk.
Oh, wow.
And this special machine is make like a crema. So it's not crema.
And what are you whipping now? And he's whipping coffee.
Ice with double dose of espresso.
So ice, double dose of espresso. You whip that, and you whip that.
Yes.
Oh my God, that looks so good.
And it's ready.
Wow.
It's the difference for iced coffee. You have to drink slow because you know.
It's gorgeous. It looks so pretty. I don't want to drink it.
You want to try?
No, you're gonna make some more now. I want to see an espresso.
Okay.
Make us an espresso.
Espresso Freddo or espresso?
You're asking too many questions. Just make it
Okay.
a regular espresso.
Okay. So I do it the same.
So you see he's grinding again. You clean
The filter.
the filter.
Flash, and it's more important the cup to be warm. If you have a warm cup, you find all the aromas and flavor with balance. If you have a cold cup, you find more body, less aroma. If you have a hot cup, you find all the aroma and less body.
I did not know coffee was so complicated. Now you need a warm cup, an espresso maker, a grinder, you need a whip. You gotta whip it.
Yes, if you make a Freddo, but actually it's amazing, and that is the job of barista. You understand
Coffee
now?
yes, that's right. This is where you exist, and you are the best barista in the world.
Yes,
I didn't know it was so much,
it's too
so
many
much of a
things.
procedure.
It's too many things.
That's right. So that's why we all have to go out for coffee. In Europe, we do that. Then let's just have a cup of coffee.
Yes, and the people think the espresso is strong, but actually it has a less caffeine.
Less caffeine in espresso. Which coffee has the most caffeine?
Filter coffee.
The filtered coffee?
Yes, and you know what? And you know what is the problem when you have a big tank here, you know, in America, like big tank.
Tank of what?
Yes, of coffee.
Of coffee.
Yes, and when you leave the fresh ground coffee with more time with the hot water,
Yes.
the caffeine is going to the cup more. So the new techniques about the Chemex or the 60.
Oh, you're talking about the filtered coffee. If it sits too long?
Yes, and you stay with the long, big ground coffee.
Right?
You know, like here.
Oh, and that's bad?
Yes. Actually, how to
It's bad
explain?
because it has more caffeine?
Yes, if you touch fresh grind coffee
Right.
with more time with hot water,
Yes.
you have more caffeine inside there. And
So that's why espresso is lighter.
Yes, because it's 20
it fills
seconds.
20 seconds. So, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it has a little bit of a frost of it, some sort of...
this one is the caramelized sugars. All the sugars is coming for the beans.
That's beautiful. Well, let's try this. So we don't say cheers to coffee.
No.
What do we say? In good health? Nothing. We just drink it. It's so good you can't say...
You smile and you say hello.
Hello, coffee.
Yes, after for a drink.
I have to say, that is a good cup of coffee.
Yes, you find more chocolate notes because it has the two beans from, you know, this,
From
Central
America.
Yes, the characteristic of the Central American coffees is the chocolate and the body. Yes.
Well, there you have it. Good coffee, an amazing barista, and all these procedures will help you start and end your day. Thank you, Stefano. We'll be back
Thank
for
you.
more coffee.
Thank you.
Here on 14th, a full-service salon that has a professional staff committed to providing a sophisticated, warm environment. Our expert stylists use the best products available in the beauty industry today. Come experience our superior techniques in highlights, color, cutting, styling, and more. Our Euro Laser Clinic has certified laser specialists that remove unwanted hair utilizing the Zimmer cooling method. JD Opticians, luxury eyewear that keeps your budget in sight. Premier European designers, Chanel, Bulgari, Tiffany, Oliver Peoples, Versace, and more. Personal service prescription eyewear while you wait. We speak Greek, μιλάμε ελληνικά. Trust your eyes to the specialist JD Opticians for all your optical needs. 15255 10th Avenue, Whitestone, New York. 718-747-2470. And we have another great actor in our studios, and she's hot and an international star. She burns up the theater stages around the world. Taryn Papadopoulos is a Greek South African.
Yes.
And we're very happy to have you here. Yes, I love that accent.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So tell me a little bit about your background. You are South African.
So I'm a Greek South African. There's a lot of Greeks in South Africa, which some people don't know, you know, the diaspora all over the world. And I'm also part South African. I've got a Greek mom and a South African dad. But I think that pathos is always there in Greeks wherever you go. And it's just been so wonderful to come to New York and to meet Greeks here that are so like-minded and that have that same heritage as I do.
Do you speak Greek?
Yes, I do.
And
Nemila.
does the Greek South African community speak Greek? Do they stay close to their heritage?
Yes. I think that's something that Greeks carry around the world is, you know, their heritage, the Greek language. We all speak, you know, obviously with different accents, but we can all speak and understand Greek. It's quite nice to have a language to go back to, you know.
You feel like you belong?
Yes.
And what part of Greece is your mom from?
Well, my mom was actually, it's an interesting story. She was born in the Congo, in the Belgian Congo in Africa.
Wow.
My papu, who comes from Cyprus, opened a periptero in the Congo during the African trade, and that's where my mom was born. My yaya was running pregnant with the hippopotamus and all of that, so, you know, it's quite a juicy background in terms of, you know, a melting pot of cultures, and then they moved to South Africa, which is where I was born.
And do the Greeks follow what's going on in Greece as far as entertainment is concerned? And
definitely, we're very sort of on the ball with what's happening. We've got a lot of Greek artists, bouzoukia, that happen in South Africa.
Really?
Remo has just been to South Africa. You know, we have these big shows, and there's a lot of support for it because the Greeks in South Africa are obviously looking for outlets that, you know, they can go to that remind them of being in Athens or being on one of the Greek islands.
Well, the weather is very close to our Mediterranean weather, correct? Yeah, that's why the Greeks assimilate quicker there.
Definitely. Although it's winter there at the moment, we've got different...
What is winter, though? I mean, it's like 70 degrees. It's like our
No,
it's
it
our
gets
spring.
cold. It doesn't snow, but it does get cold. So we obviously opposite seasons.
How is life in South Africa?
Life in South Africa is wonderful. It's very different to New York. You know, in terms of it's more insular. People drive everywhere. You know, there's not so much walking and public transport. But it's more like the suburbs, you know, sort of maybe Westchester and that.
With palm trees and a lot of blue ocean. And hippopotamuses and giraffes running around, maybe some tigers. Well, you are now in New York, and we embrace all Greeks from around the world. We love to unite.
Thank you.
And we're here to support you. Tell me a little bit about your background. You studied theater, and tell me what you've been doing with your career.
So I did 2 degrees. I did a theater degree, a BA in drama, and I also did English because I have a passion for writing. And I absolutely love the stage. I love theater. I mean, I love film as well, but for me, that electric live performance on the stage is something that cannot be replicated on camera. And I've been doing a lot of shows, and the show that I have that's coming up, which I'm really excited about, and actually why I'm in New York, is a one-woman show, which has been my dream to do. Also a huge responsibility to be the only person on the stage. But it's a show by Artist Stefano called Meze, Mirror and Makeup. And it's a social commentary, it's comedy, and I play 12 characters.
Oh, wow, that's so
interesting. So it's my biggest challenge yet, you know, male and female, Greek and non-Greek.
Oh, I love it.
But it's so exciting and it's so much fun, and it opens in South Africa this year in October. And it will be coming to New York next year, May.
Oh, well, we're going to look out for that.
You're going to have to come see it.
And you're looking at our screens right now. We have some information about that. And this is fabulous. And how do you find New York and the Greeks here so far?
I have been embraced by the Greeks, as you said. You know, I have just met some wonderful, wonderful people. Some of the wonderful people actually work with you on the show.
Yes.
And, you know, it's so wonderful to connect with somebody, obviously, who comes from the same heritage, but who is just so open and willing to embrace another Greek trying to make it in the Big Apple.
Yes.
You know, because we all sort of have the same driving force. And I've loved it. In a city that is so big, it's actually so small.
Well, we're going to help make you big in the States.
Thank you.
And we're very happy to have you. We look forward to seeing your show.
Thank
and
you, Yanna.
Look out for more of Taryn Papadopoulos, our South African star. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ο Dr. Peter Patetsios είναι board certified γενικός ενδοκηχειρουργός και συνεργάζεται με το St. Francis και το North Shore University Hospital. Το πλήρες εξοπλισμένο μας ιατρείο προσφέρει όλες τις θεραπείες εγγυακών παθήσεων, διαγνωστικούς υπερήχους όλων των αρτηριακών και φλεβικών ασθενειών, θεραπεία της φλεβίτιδας με λέιζερ και σκληροθέραπη με εξαιρετικά αποτελέσματα και επεμβάσεις που προσφέρονται στο άνετο περιβάλλον μας. Ο Dr. Πατέτσιος και το προσωπικό μιλούν ελληνικά. Για ραντεβού επικοινωνήστε στο 516 570 6818.
Είμαι πολύ επερήφανος που προσφέρω τις υπηρεσίες μου στους ανθρώπους που υποφέρουν. Κάνω το καλύτερο, εύχομαι υγεία σε όλους.
Το United Brothers Fruit Market, γωνία 30 Avenue και 33ος δρόμος στην Αστόρια, έχει όλα τα εποχιακά κυπευτικά, τόσο φρέσκα και λαχταριστά, σαν να βγήκαν από τον κήπο σας. Ανοιχτό 24 ώρες καθημερινά, σε 4.000 τετραγωνικά, προσφέρει μεγάλη ποικιλία από φρέσκα φρούτα και λαχανικά στις καλύτερες τιμές. Και τώρα, αποκλειστικά για το United Brothers Fruit Market, τοπικές φάρμες στο Long Island και Upstate New York θα παράγουν για μας εποχιακά φρούτα και λαχανικά, όπως ραδίκια, αυλίτα, σέσκουλα, ντομάτες, φασολάκια, αγκινάρες, κουκιά και όλα τα φρέσκα μυρωδικά. Ροδάκινα με γεύση Ελλάδο και 11 ποικιλίες μήλων στο Apple House μας. Στο κατάστημά μας συνεχίζουμε να προσφέρουμε άριστη εξυπηρέτηση, καθαριότητα, τιμιότητα και εξαιρετική ποιότητα και για τους πελάτες μας 15 λεπτά πάρκινγκ δωρεάν. Και μην ξεχνάτε, το United Brothers, γωνία 30 Avenue και 33ος δρόμος στην Αστόρια, ποτέ δεν είναι αργά, γιατί είμαστε πάντα ανοιχτά.
Hey, Kally here with New Greek TV, their official makeup artist, and our lovely model Despina. We're going to be turning this beautiful day look into a Rock of Ages inspired smoky evening look. The first thing that we're going to do is think if we want to start off with a nude lip or a red lip. I think with Despina we might do a red lip. Before I apply on the red lip liner, I use a highlighter, put it around the lip. This will help create a pout and highlights the lip. And it'll also help the liner glide across the lip much easier. So you can start from the corner, bring it down the center, start from the next corner. For the top, I always use my finger to push the muscle upwards. Sort of pull the liner through the lip. Doesn't have to be neat. From there, you'll take your gloss stick. Anything, it can either be matte or it can be shimmer. With a red lip, use a coral peach to mix it. Coral is definitely the in look all year round. Go like this. For the smoky, I have a great palette called Smoke by Urban Decay. The shades are awesome for any evening look. Any Rock of Ages inspired evening look. For her eye, I think I'm going to start with a steel color, close, and lightly just dab, starting from the center, pulling it back and forth across the eyelid. A lot of people think the smoky eye is just on the edge. It's actually across the entire eye to get that full effect. Turn this way. Start from the center, bring it out to each side. For a heavier look, you can go over it with a little black, close, and with this one you can start right at the edge and kind of use your brush in a circular motion and pull it all the way through. This way. Most of the time, you're going to need to actually use a brush filled with powder and kind of sweep whatever dark shadow has fallen underneath. And for an extra boost, you can use like a lighter silver or a lighter gold, depending on the shade that you're using, close, and just dab it right on the center of the eye. Once again, some of the dark has fallen. You can slightly sweep it away with some powder in your brush. For the smoky effect under the eye, look up. Just pull a little shadow underneath. For a more intensified look, I use a black liner, look up, and I just do a slight quick stroke on the waterline on the bottom, as well as the top. Look down. Just kind of lift your lid and place it underneath. Turn it. And this is your Rock of Ages inspired evening smoky eye look. So recap for your evening eye, make sure you first pick the color that you want, whether it's going to be a nude lip or a coral lip, which is always in style, especially over the last few seasons. I prefer to pick a smoky palette that has some shimmer. It gives the eye a nice dimension. Close your eye. As you can see, it has a nice sparkle to it. It makes it a little bit more glamorous and nice for the evening. Also too, when actually applying your lipstick, be sure you use a little bit of highlighter to actually give it a little shimmer and dimension of the lip and give it that pout. And be sure to use either a tissue when applying your eye makeup, you can either bend it, look up, close it, and apply this way and allow the makeup to fall on the tissue, or sweep it away with a little powder in your brush, and you're good to go. Enjoy.
Κοπιάστε για καταπληκτικό φαγητό. Κοπιάστε για γνήσια κυπριακή κουζίνα. Κοπιάστε για ζωντανή μουσική κάθε Παρασκευή και Σάββατο. Κοπιάστε. Αναλαμβάνουμε και κοινωνικές εκδηλώσεις στην ανανεωμένη αίθουσά μας. Τώρα και free delivery. Κοπιάστε στο 2315 31 Street, Αστόρια, με τηλέφωνο 718 932 3220.
Homeric Tours. Πάντα κοντά στην ομογένεια, πάντα με χαμηλότερες τιμές. Homeric Tours, το γραφείο παράδοση που επί σειρά ετών φροντίζει τον Έλληνα ταξιδιώτη με υπευθυνότητα και του προσφέρει ασφάλεια και άνεση στα ταξίδια του. Homeric Tours, το α και το ω για τα ταξίδια σας. Για πληροφορίες και κρατήσεις θέσεων, τηλεφωνήστε στο 212 753 1100.
And we're back, and we're going to go to Athens right now to meet Nancy Zabetoglou. Nancy, μου τι κάνεις, καλησπέρα.
Καλησπέρα, τι κάνετε.
Nancy Zabetoglou is the editor-in-chief and creative producer of Joy television program that is on Sky here on New Greek Television. Είναι αρχισυντάκτρια της εκπομπής Joy στο Sky που παρακολουθούμε και την έχουμε κοντά μας σήμερα. Nancy, μου τι κάνεις, πες μας λίγο γιατί γίνεται στην Ελλάδα.
The islands are booked, everything is packed. People are having fun because it's summer and you need to get away from all that. It was a very difficult winter, but things are changing right now because we decided to change the way we see things. And that is the reason we created that show that you're probably watching on Sky.
We love this show. We love this show. We get a lot of phone calls about the show.
Good. Well, the name is Joy for a reason. And also the tagline is, it's inside you. You have it. You are a joyful person. You just have to see things differently. Because it's the way you see things, actually. Things are the same. I mean, the crisis, the financial problems are there. But you have to change the way you see things. Because you can't change your pockets. You can't, they will not go back to where they were. I mean, we can't live the lifestyle we used to. But we can find other things, and joy is in small things that you can have, your friends, some food, fashion, beauty, going out. Go, you know, enjoy the sun.
The simple things in life are what people are forgetting are the most important things in life, which is family and friends and the beauty of nature and just to find yourself. And I'm so happy to hear you say this, and it's so wonderful what you're doing, you and your team and your producers and everyone over at Joy, and we love watching you. Where can someone look to find you guys and read more information?
You can find us on our website, which we launched last week, and it goes very, very well, and we're very happy. It's joytv.gr. And, you know, maybe it would be interesting to know that this is a very sentimental thing we did, because we were people who were working for all those magazines that are closed now because the media business collapsed. But we were friends, and we have been working together, and we wanted to be together again. So we decided to do the show just to meet our friends again, because we wanted to work together. And we started this show from scratch and with no money at all. We don't
Sounds familiar.
No one. We have no one.
This is what's going on in television.
This is the future.
But we love what we're doing, and you love what you're doing, and it's showing you guys are uniting, and the Greeks unite. Οι Έλληνες, ρε παιδιά, I'm sorry, αλλά όταν γίνεται μια κρίση, οι Έλληνες ενώνονται. Αυτό είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό και το λέω στα ελληνικά γιατί έτσι το νιώθω. We had Constantine Maroulis here with us today, who is a Greek American.
And Los Angeles Film Festival.
Yes, and he loves Greece, and there's a lot of celebrities in Greece coming this year. Can you tell us a few celebrities that you heard of that are going to be in Greece?
We don't know because this is usually a secret, but Maria Menounos is right now here because he came to baptize Marietta Skousalas' baby. And now all together in Mykonos. Michael Jordan, you know, was here, and of course the Kardashians. the Kardashians made the whole difference. The Greeks didn't know the Kardashians, so although we have a channel here, but you know, they're not very famous. But now everybody knows them. Everybody was interested when we had that Kim gave birth to a baby girl. Well, it went really well on the news. I mean, people are now interested in the Kardashians. It's like they are one of us. You know, they helped a lot. And I think when the episode from Greece will be aired, I don't know when it's gonna be aired in the US.
It'll start. They re-air. They rerun things too. So we'll see them. I mean, we heard about it here in America. We watch what they do, but that's what we're trying to do here with Kalimera USA too. We're trying to bridge Greece and the United States and the Greeks and the Greek Americans and the Americans. So we're gonna be calling you more, Nancy Mo. And thank you for being on our show. Is there anything you would like to tell our viewers here? Would you like to leave us with a message?
The message is that you have to have joy in your life, and you have to have joy here in Greece because you can enjoy being with us. We'll be very happy to meet you.
Well, thank you, Nancy. We're going to come see you soon, and come visit us too. Bye, Nancy.
That would be great. Bye. Bye, thank you.
She's great. I mean, she's such a great girl. We're very, very happy to have her. And Nancy's doing a wonderful job in Greece.
Her attitude is amazing.
She has a great attitude, and they do a great job with.
And how great! Out of all of this dark and this depression of everyone with the crisis, she decided to, you know, bring joy to people.
Yes.
And bring their colleagues together and do this, which is a great thing.
And they show the best of Greece. They show wonderful interviews with many Greek stars and celebrities, artists, and we love having them, and we love watching them, and we love the new programs that are coming out of Sky. They're very contemporary. It's a wonderful channel, and we're very happy to bring them to the United States and Mad TV, because we also air Mad TV.
Absolutely.
Yanaki Mu, we want to hear more about Constantine Maroulis.
Absolutely.
Tell us about some
Let's talk about Constantine. I had the good fortune of seeing him develop Rock of Ages off Broadway, and it was so good because I'm like, oh yeah, here's a Greek guy, you know, from the American Idol fame, but he has such the perfect rock voice. That's what was so good. And then the show transferred to Broadway. He got Tony nominated. It was just amazing, and it's still running. The show, he's not in it anymore, obviously, but the show is still running. It's in year 4. Yeah, it made a huge movie with Tom Cruise.
Yes, we talked about that earlier.
And he had a cameo in it, so it was really nice.
Well, we're very happy to, we're very proud of Constantine. Yeah. Let's go into fashion. I want to hear what Irini has to propose for us today.
Well, you know, Constantine actually came in today wearing a fedora hat, which is so big in fashion and in the summer when you want to kind of protect yourself from the sun, and you know, you let your hair breezy beachy and you cover it up.
Breezy beachy.
And it's great for women.
She sounds like Sofia Vergara. Easy breezy.
Easy breezy. So, you know, it's
so
nice.
Fedora hat, all
for
colors, you
men
can find
and
them
women,
anywhere.
And, you know, it's great because they come in all different fabrics as well. You can get a straw fedora, a woven one, felt, whatever you like, whatever color you want. They come with a nice brim and band. You know, you could choose your sizing, whether you want it to be a tight kind of one or a wider one.
I always see
Constantine wore the wider one, which was really nice. It really framed his face nicely, and we'll see him again later speaking. He's such a cutie. And I think that, you know, a great tip for people who are getting fedoras is that they sit 1/4 of an inch above your ears.
Absolutely.
And if you're having a problem with the looseness, you can put some felt tips on the inside, which will help it hold it in place. And they're really easy to find, CVS or
if you're having a bad hair day in New York, like usually we do with all the humidity, a fedora is definitely a great option. All right, and John, which movie do you propose?
Movie now, let's see. I really enjoy, okay, I'm not a child, but there's some great animated features out there.
You know, Constantine's working on an animated feature.
Absolutely.
I mean, for the theater, a musical.
For theater. What I really enjoyed was Despicable Me 2.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know.
I love Despicable Me.
Exactly, because everyone falls in love with the little minions. Those little green guys with the one eye or the 2 eyes or whatever, and they make the film It just goes on and on and on. And it's one of those, okay, summertime films, I'm gonna go in. You can take kids, it's great. But all these modern...
Adults can enjoy it too.
Exactly,
it's not just for
because
kids.
the writers there know that the adults are gonna be sitting next to little children, and they subliminally put some things in there for the adults where you can laugh at a certain joke or a facial expression. So I highly recommend Despicable Me 2. It's probably still in theaters right now, yes.
Well, the dialogue is actually like very adult, even though it's
Well,
it
that's what
looks
I'm
like
saying.
kids, but it's very much fun for both.
Yeah, that's what we like about these type of films, that we can enjoy them too as adults. I mean, I'd love to take my nieces and nephews, but I would also like to, you know, really enjoy the film, and Despicable Me is adorable. Yeah. Well, a lot of great stuff this summer. New York has a lot of stuff to do. I mean, the beaches are amazing. Did you know that Southampton beach has been voted one of the best beaches in the United States?
Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
This water up here in the Atlantic Ocean, you know, I don't even set foot in it, but I go there because, you know, I'm partial to Greece.
We have a lot of
spoiled.
but we have
spoiled.
Nothing
yes.
compares, honestly,
Right.
even in Southampton.
I have to disagree. I love Greek beaches, I do, but I don't mind. I mean, I love our Long Island beaches. I think they're white sand.
Water, nothing compares to when it
No, I'm
leaves
not. You
your
can't
skin.
compare. You can't compare the Mediterranean, for God's
Specifically talking about the beach and the sand, yes, absolutely.
But if you cannot go to Greece this year for whatever reason,
hop on the train and you just go to Montauk and you hit all the Hamptons out there, which is really
or even
fun.
the Jersey Shore, which is rebuilding, and even though there are some parts that are a little busier and kind of crazier, funner, there are also cute little spots like Sandy Hook and things like that where you can have a calmer beachside experience.
And I want to know, when you are in Greece, what is the hot song that our Greek American friends are going to be hearing this year?
Well, this is, Yanna, this has been what we call το succès του καλοκαιριού.
Το succès.
You know, the hottest song in the summer has been Daft Punk. They are back after, what is it, 18, 20 years, and it's Get Lucky. And everyone is jamming to this at the beach bars, in the Hamptons, in Mykonos, in everywhere around the world.
Wherever it's hot.
And yeah, and
we
you
were
heard
out the other night, and they were dancing on the tables. It was so much fun.
2 o'clock in the morning. It's just fantastic. And you know, we use that song here on the show as well. But here's the kicker: is that we found the Greek remix of it. And there's someone that right when the video clip came out, they combined the Get Lucky song with Isa Martoli.
Okay.
So we have to hear it.
We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave our viewers with that song for today.
Let's leave it with them so they can have a little surprise and see the little skiladiko style of Daft Punk's Get Lucky.
Well, we'd like to thank all of you for being again with us here on Kalimera USA, and check out this song.